As we can witness nowadays, the need to introduce the Holy Prophet of Islam and the infallibles, as well as their ethics to the whole world, have been magnified. The thing is that the true image of Islam must be pictured to them. We, as Muslims, should not deliver a fake and wrong impression of Prophet Muhammad and his descendants, because in this case you would be ruining the reputation of Islam, and people would judge this religion based on the wrong things you do. Anyway, I tell those who would judge the religion of Islam based on the wrong deeds of others, which have nothing to do with Islam whatsoever, this is not the Islam of Prophet Muhammad. The Holy Prophet said there will be nothing left from Islam except its name. If you refer to the official statistical data of any country, you will see for yourself the great number of people who are behind the bars for not paying off their debts, because they do not have enough money. In some countries, this number reaches 500,000 persons. Although the government knows they are poor and they do not have any properties, but still they would send them to prison. Prophet Muhammad and his successor Imam Ali, as the rulers of Islamic community, took it upon themselves to pay off the debts of any poor person who cannot afford doing it. This is how a true Islamic government should be like, and not any other way. The Holy Prophet of Islam stated, "It is my duty to pay off those debts." What I just stated about the Holy Prophet has been mentioned in Shia, non-Shia, and even non-Muslim books. If you refer to the statistical data, you will witness that millions are being held behind the bars for not being able to pay off their mortgage and marriage loan. As a result, their families would be deprived even from life necessities because the person who used to provide food for them is in prison. The interesting thing is that different governments spend so much money for their prisoners depending on the country. I'm talking about the added expenses of hiring prison security, holding court sessions, hiring attorneys, and so on and so forth. If only they would use this money to pay off the debts of the poor, then none of them wouldn't have been imprisoned. You cannot find a single country in the entire world where this method is used, not even the wealthiest governments and countries. This is the true religion of Islam that the whole world needs to know about. The Holy Prophet, as the leader of the Islamic nation, accepted to pay the debt of anyone who dies, while they did not have enough money to do so. You can also refer to a variety of historical books which have been written by Muslims or even non-Muslims and see for yourself that Imam Ali, as the leader of the Islamic nation, was martyred while he was in debt. His son Imam Hassan instead paid off the debts after his father. What we can witness nowadays in the Islamic countries such as Iraq has nothing to do with Islam whatsoever. The only Islamic thing they have is its people. That is to indicate that governments and the leaders such as Saddam in Iraq, who left castles worth millions of dollars, have nothing to do with Islam. As a result, we could still witness the misery of the people of Iraq. It is not even worth calling it the government of tyranny, because even that kind of government would have mercy on its people. What is worth mentioning is that in that portion of time, none of the current natural sources, such as oil, had yet been discovered. Nonetheless, the Prophet took this burden upon himself to pay off poor people's debts. On the other hand, we can witness tons of people dying of starvation and not having money for medical care throughout the world. Some governments won't even let the dead person be buried unless his family pays taxes.